you worked with some big Viners as well. I can't remember all of them. I remember you worked with like Cody Ko and Danny Gonzalez, right?
Yeah,
What was it like hanging out with them?
they're great. Um, Danny used to live in Atlanta, so we got to hang out a ton for about a year where we became friends. Then he moved back he went to LA. Now he's in Chicago.
Mhm.
He's a sweetheart. Him and his wife Laura are great. Cody's super fun. Everyone, I mean, I really enjoyed everyone I got to meet and make stuff with from Vine. That was one great thing about it. It's not, you don't get like catfished. It's like you see people, you see their sense of humor. It's like no one was super different than I thought they were when we hung out.
Mhm.
Um, and we like once a year, a bunch of people would go to New York and just hang out for a weekend. Like I remember we had a group of like 50, 60 Viners. We'd like take over a couple bars. It was super, super fun.
That's awesome. I remember that was such a weird concept to people. I think I remember Marcus Johns and Brittany Ferland. They collabed, and people in the comments were like, "How did you guys get together? This is so crazy!" And then Marcus like came out the video. He's like, "Hey guys, this is what it looks like." And he literally just like DMs Brittany, and he's like, "Hey, want to make a Vine?" And he's like, "And that's it."
That
So
crazy.
was it ever that simple, or did you ever have to jump through some hoops?
Um, I mean, it was that simple. And there are times, Sunny Mabry, who's a good friend, she's very funny.
She was funny. She's very funny.
Moved to Atlanta recently for the film industry. I remember
Mhm.
we knew of each other, followed each other, had never spoken, and she DM'd me and she's like, "Hey, I have this idea. Will you just send me a clip and we'll like do a video?" It was cool like that. I mean, you just see someone you respect or think is funny, and like, hey, let's make something together. It's very collaborative. I don't know. Everyone was down for that. It was neat.
That's awesome. So what does a creative process look like whenever you meet up with the Viners? Do you remember, it being, like, hard, or did you guys just sit around for hours and like, "Oh, what if we did this?" or "What if we did that?"
It depends on who they are.
Mm.
I remember Chris Melberger was one of my best Vine friends, and I lived in New York for a couple of years. He was in Jersey, so we got to see each other a bunch. But we have a very similar sense of humor. So yeah, you'd hang out with those people, and always in the back of our heads was, I need to make a Vine. If you're with
Mhm.
or not. So it just kind of it came naturally if you have similar senses of humor and you vibe well. Um, there's definitely times where you force it a little bit.
Mhm.
One of my favorite Vines I ever did was with there's like 10 of us. Vine flew us up to New York to meet with some of the people there and try to make the app better, like a focus group kind of thing. We're all staying in the same hotel, so we all hung out in a room and yeah, did like a big group Vine. We did a like charades joke thing where I was like, I was one of the guessers. Cole Hirsch, one of my favorite people on the internet. Um, he's acting out charades and doing like big and hairy, and people are like Santa, Santa, and he's like, no, 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 and then he does like this, talking about and then everyone just immediately points to me. Um, and it's Gabriel Gundacker, who's also he's just a genius. Had the idea. It sounds so stupid. I never talked to a Vine like this. Uh, yeah, and they're like little, and it was like Aaron, and then Gabe off camera goes, "Oh, cause of his little penis." I've ever heard.
Dude, Gabriel is so funny.
He is so funny. So like that was fun that we're all just hanging out. I was like, I have an idea.
Mhm.
And everyone's like, hell yeah, let's do it. And then, because Gabe was there, because Cole was there, it made it so much better than it would have been if I just did it at home.
Nice. Kyle Harris, what's up? He says, "Trevor Aaron, what's up?"
Hey.
Dryden, it looks like he beat you to the punchline. LOL, the tiny penis one.
Yep.
That's so funny. Who were some of your favorite Viners to work with?
Yeah, Chris is up there. Danny is incredibly dry and funny. I did a sketch with Danny called Two DJs. That's one of my favorite things I've ever done. Uh, yeah, we just had so much fun making that. It's where two DJs show each other their new tracks and like
Mhm.
there's always samples. So it's like drop the bass and then something. But in all those little samples, we'd have a conversation. It got dark, and he saw my dad cheating on my mom. He started shooting my dad, and it's all like, so you hear him shoot my dad, and then the bass drop. And you're like, oh, Danny and I, we're on the same wavelength, so that was very fun getting to make stuff with him. Um,
That's amazing, and I loved the one you did with, Chris Milberger. It was like, uh, I think it was like your roommate's a serial killer or something like that, and,
yeah,
like, off camera, Chris is or he's just, like, recording you, and then you're, like, killing someone, and then you, like, pop in, you're like, "Dude, are you recording me?"
very fun. Yeah, serial killer.
Those are awesome.
Um, we got a Vine did one scripted series, and Chris and I gotta write it. So we did had like a little cabin weekend in Jersey. We just made a bunch of ridiculous stuff. That was one of my favorite memories from the Vine times. He's a great dude.